Hello friends, this is Vishakha Daga coming up with next round of New Simplified. Now whenever you're visiting a shop and doing a cashless transaction using card or debit card, during that time a merchant discount rate is charged on the merchant. Now how many of you are aware of it? If you are, we're going to discuss that only. Okay, what is merchant discount rate? At the same point of time, we are going to raise question that our bank intentionally withdrawing from the rupee card. Now, both of these issues we're going to discuss in this video, especially MDR, because this has been asked by UPSC previously. So let's just move ahead and let's see what we're going to discuss today. We will see how electronic transfers are done in the country, what MDR role play in the country, what are the issues associated with it, and along with that, we will discuss the issue of the rupee card. So let's move ahead and see. First of all, but try to give the answer to the given question. Which one of the following best describe the merchant discount rate sometimes seen in the news? Number one, is it an incentive given by a bank to merchant for accepting payment through debit card pertaining to the bank? Second statement, the amount paid back by the bank to the customer when they use debit card for the financial transaction for purchasing goods and services. Third, the charge to a merchant by the bank for accepting payment from his customer through the bank's debit card, or the incentive given by the government to merchants for promoting digital payment by their customer through point of sale machines and debit card. So this is a statement about merchant discount rate. Think about it whether this is right or wrong. At the end of this video, you'll be able to give the answer yourself. So let's just move ahead and first of all understand how does MDR originate. Now to understand that story, first we need to actually have an idea how the sales are done. Now in primitive time, or actually I would say time before the cards were there, if a seller had to buy something, now we are naming him as if he's Rakesh. Now Rakesh had to buy something from the market, he will have a cash in his hand, any dollar or rupee payment. So if he had to buy groceries, he will pay in cash and in return he will get the goods and services he wants. But what if he runs out of cash? Now, in such a case, this might have been a problem in primitive time, but in present time, he can do the same payment using the cards. Like, he only will have to use a card and the payment will be done. However, this is not as easy as it sounds, because when that happens, bank plays a role of intermediary. Now, what happened in this case is, he makes a payment to the bank and bank makes a payment to the merchant overall. Now, bank is going to charge a fee for it. This from here, the MDR is going to play a larger role. But this is, even now, this is not as simple as it sounds. What if Mr. Rakesh have a bank account in ICICI, however, the merchant has a bank account in SBI, then what? And they do not have a seamless connectivity, because banks usually do not have that kind of connectivity. That account can be, that money can be transferred from each to other account. Now, it is because of this the payment gateways comes into being. This is a second scenario when the Rakesh have account in ICICI, whereas the merchant have account in SBI. Now, in this case, the payment gateway will come into being. Now, what will happen if Rakesh has to transfer 1,000 rupees? Now, this 1,000 rupee Visa will take to its account and then transfer it to SBI. And the settlement of transaction happens through a payment gateway. Now, keep that in mind. Banks are usually good in financial transaction, but technically they are not that sound, and that's why they out-service. They actually use that service from other person. So they outsource the service. So what is happening basically? Outsourcing is happening. Bank have taken a help of a payment gateway so that payment settlement can take place in between two different banks. And ultimately, payment will be done to the merchant, that is rupees 1,000 will come to him. Now, because the merchant have taken the help of so many intermediary, SBI, payment gateways, and even point of sale machines you have seen in the previous picture, because of this, merchant will have to pay a fee to the bank. He will have to pay a fee to the bank, and this fee or charge is called merchant discount rate, right? So what is merchant discount rate? It is a cost paid by the merchant to the bank for accepting payment from the customer via digital means, right? So merchant is paying a cost to the bank because merchant has taken the help of so many intermediary. However, when you saw in the video, you saw that it was not only bank, it was payment gateways, and it was point of the sale vendor the three stakeholders who are helping. So the cost should not be actually shared only with the bank, but these overall these three stakeholders should be sharing it among them. So what merchant does is, merchant pays to the bank, and it is the responsibility of the bank to share it among the three stakeholders. Okay, so charge is paid by the merchant to the bank for the digital payment. This charge is called merchant discount rate, and this merchant discount rate is shared between three stakeholders in here, because in this help is provided by the bank, as well as your card network provider, that is Visa, as well as your vendor, that is point of sale machine, the one who has installed this machine. Okay, also keep in mind, this is not a fixed amount, like as if you have to pay 100 rupees on each transaction, which would be unfair. What if you're making a payment of only 10 rupees using card, which is absurd only, but you may, right? Now, in such a case, the fee amount is, it is a percentage of transaction amount. If you're paying 100 rupees, maybe 1% is charged, then you're paying 1 rupees as a MDR, merchant discount rate. If the transaction is of 200 rupees, then you may be paying 2 rupees. So the charge that you're paying to the bank is in proportion to the percentage of the proportion to the transaction amount. Okay. Now, once we are done with this, we have to understand one thing. Merchant discount rate, though, actually incentivize the digital transaction on part of the Visa and MasterCard, because they want this to happen, because they're earning something out of this. But in a way, MDR disincentivizes the cashless economy. Cashless economy, which is a dream of Indian government, right? Because with the cashless economy, you can't evade the tax. It promotes the formalization of economy, and all of which is actually good for the Indian economy. Now, that's why, in order to reduce the MDR, government has came up with various initiative. Like in times of demonetization, it said the online transaction below 2,000 rupees, in such a cases, you do not have to pay MDR. Now, that was withdrawn later on, but some incentive that is still present, that was actually being declared in 2020, are basically withdrawal of the MDR on some kind of MDR on certain kind of cases. Now let's discuss this part. That is what government has done in order to promote cashless economy and to reduce the MDR. Now, what government did in this case is, it said any business establishment which is having annual turnover of more than 50 crore, a business establishment having annual turnover of 15 crore, now they will have two conditions. What are the two conditions? First condition is, they will promote the low-cost digital payment method. Low-cost digital payment method. Example, Bheem UPI. Example, Aadhaar-enabled payment system. In example, RuPay card. These are low-cost digital payment system. Now, why they are low-cost? Now, take an example of Visa here. As I said, Visa was acting as intermediary. Now, what amount does it charge? It charges from 2 to 4% of transaction, right? For 100 rupees, you're paying 2 to 4 rupees to actually Visa only. However, instead of Visa, if you use RuPay card, which is indigenous payment system, now here the charge amount is basically 0.3% only. There, you're paying 2 to 4%, whereas in case of RuPay, you'll be paying only 0.3%. Now, this is an example of low-cost digital payment method. So, first condition that is being imposed on the merchant is that they will promote the low-cost, they will provide an option, mandatorily provide the option of low-cost digital payment method. Second is that in case of this, in all of these cases, low-cost digital payment method, the MDR will be zero. There will be no MDR. Already MDR was high in this. No MDR will be imposed on merchant or on customer. Acha, keep in mind, this condition is only for the low-cost digital payment method, and actually it is only for the RuPay card. It is not available for the Visa or MasterCard. On Visa and MasterCard, you're still paying MDR. So in a way, this is actually promoting your indigenous digital payment system. To implement this, Income Tax Act and Payment and Settlement System Act was amended. Now, this you keep in mind, because in an exam, these questions can be asked. Now, what are the benefits of it? Why did government do that? As I said, government wanted to promote the cashless economy, formalization of economy, Also, it was benefiting both customer and merchant because the merchant does not have to pay a fee for this, and easy transaction can be done by customer as well. Along with that, it was promoting homegrown gateways. Like government wants to promote the Bharat UPI, government wants to promote the RuPay card. So for this reason, we brought these changes for which we withdraw the MDR on certain cases. But what happened after this? Though we wanted all of this happened actually, we saw in entirety that RuPay card issue increased from 15% to 65%. Right now, in the overall debit and card issue that has happened place, the RuPay card growth has seen from 15 to 65%. But then issues also emerge from the entire story. And what are the issues? The issues that you can see in here, now because of the withdrawal of MDR, your fintech and startup were actually disincentivized. Because if you see MDR is basically a fee charged on any services. MDR is what? Fee. Fee is what? A profit to any private entity. And a business does not work if there is no profit. MDR was not actually extraction. It was a fee for any service that you're getting. It might have been high, so reduction could have been an option. But the total elimination leading to that profit, the private sector does not have any profit source in such a case. Now, the private sector or the fintech or new startup will not come up with initiative like that. So it disincentivizes the fintech sector in startups specifically. Second, Visa and MasterCard have actually thrown allegations against India. They have filed case in US against India that India is discriminating against them. It is also, they can use the WTO national treatment provision where any goods and services coming from any country should not be treated once they enter the domestic territory of the country, right? So they can say that. However, these allegations are baseless, and we will discuss that in different video with the payment network wars. You stay tuned for this video. Now, these are the issues that are faced by the startups and other colleague in Visa and MasterCard. Other issues are bank related. The first and foremost question that is being asked, in a business model, charging something is very important. And if you're not charging it for merchant and customer, who is going to pay for it? Now, government is saying the payment will be done by the bank because in this process of the cashless economy, bank will not have to deal with cash, and in a way, they will earn or save something. There will be some saving because they're not dealing with the cash. Now, this saving they can use in order to promote this, this method, reducing the MDR on RuPay card. However, if banks are true businessmen, why would they actually do it? Why would they use their saving in order to actually promote something, right? Now, and because of this, many people are skeptic that the government may transfer this to customer. At the end of it, one way or another, customer will be paying for it. Second is, it is said that government may favor Master and Visa card because if Visa and MasterCard are issued, the bank are getting some profit from it. In RuPay card, they are getting no benefit. So why would they incentivize? So in a way, they will disincentivize the RuPay card. And these allegations are being talked about in the various editorial of the Financial Express, where it has been seen that issuance of the RuPay card has been coming down. And that's why this video was about, are actually bank intentionally coming down from RuPay card. That's why various editorial are talking about that instead of eliminating MDR, government can actually keep it at some reasonable level so that basic competition is there. An incentive is not being removed. So this was about that only. I hope in this video MDR became clear to you. Now, if that is the case, then you can give the answer to this question. First option says it is an incentive given by a bank. It is not given by a bank and is neither an incentive. It is amount paid back by the bank to their customer. Bank is not paying. Here the bank is not paying. This is paid by the merchant to the bank, and that's why third statement is right. The charge to a merchant by a bank for accepting payment from his customer through the bank's debit card. And last statement is the incentive given by the government to merchant for promoting digital payment by their customer point of sale is a wrong statement. Only the third statement is right. Now, with this, we are done with merchant discount rate. If you like this video, then you need to like and subscribe it. If not, then put your doubts in the comment section. Thank you so much.
Current Affairs by Forum IAS is an all-in-one program that covers the dynamic aspect of the syllabus from both prelims and mains perspective. Last year, we have helped more than 100 students crack IAS with our current affairs classes.